Okay, so good day, everyone. And I'm trying to, this is one of those days when you get, well, this is not even the day that I've been having to share this. It's been a while. So I just thought to, bring it up. Okay, so I remember one time while in school, my first year in school, and in uni now, and one of my neighbors back then was helping me to retouch my hair, and another neighbor. We're all in the same school. Is a community of students to get. So another student was helping me, but we're all in our different apartments, and another one came to meet the other one, or came to meet us in our little gathering. I was like, your hair is coily. Like, your hair is coily. While retouching, we all know what retouching relaxer and all those things. So currently I keep this thing. I keep natural hair or non-relaxed hair. So they were like, so the lady who was relaxing my hair for me was like, yeah, now that's how everybody's hair is. Our hair is coily. But growing up, I've always known my hair to be straight. That when it's not straight, we say it's due that needs to be. So it's like that's bulky. So I never really understood that idea of. I never understood the idea of what do they call it now? Of that my hair is coily, like my hair is like this. I've always just assumed that my hair is straight because that's how I grew up. In fact, I hated relaxer. And one of the things when I realized that, oh, one could transition, I didn't even transition, I'm gonna get go down only. You get, I cut everything off. But I grew up thinking that, oh, my hair is supposed to be straight, and when it's not straight it's due, and when it's due you need to retouch. And even though the retouching aches me because I have a very soft scalp, so I go through pain, I go through burns for weeks because of that act. And recently I started to think that we are not many of us, or as Christians now, so this message is, so it's like foundation to this thing, and I hope you all get what I'm trying to say though. And we all just assume, we all grew up in sin, we all ventured in, we grew in sin, like we lived into sin, like that's the world where we live in. So we didn't know any much different. We thought, oh, the way we live is actually the way things are, until you then realize that, oh, this is not how it's supposed to be. Just like my natural hair, my natural hair that God gave me. I'm not trying to do any controversy. Oh, God knows I'm not in that family of, oh, got coily hair, coily. That's not the controversy, but just the way that I grew up thinking that my hair should always be straight is the way I grew up. Many of us grew up thinking, oh, this is the way of life, until that particular truth comes up, which is the gospel, and makes us realize that that's not the way it is. And you know, the funniest thing now is, by the time I cut my hair off, I used to cut my hair a lot growing up, teenager, early as adulthood, until I said enough is enough, or my mother said enough is enough. Then I got to know about the truth of, this is actually how my hair looks. My own is even so coily, not coily like curl now, but coily, so coily, to the extent that my hair looks like dread. Even if I twist it, people always think that I'm on dreads. You get. So, but I got to realize that, oh, even though this was how I thought my hair was, but because I took that step to embrace this one, there's no sign of what it used to be, or what I thought it used to be, because I don't do what I used to do before. And that's just boils down to the fact of being a Christian for me. And was like, the moment I accepted Christ, I just realized that I don't do what I used to do before. And somehow, there is definitely no trace of who I used to be before. And I'm going to give a, I'm going to give a reference from the Bible. Yes. So First Colossians chapter 1 verse, okay, I'll start from 22 to 23, and it says, "But now by means of physical death of his son, God has made you his friends in order to bring you holy, pure, and faultless into his presence. You must, of course, continue faithful on the firm and sure foundation, and must not allow yourselves to be shaken from the hope you gained when you heard the gospel." So there was something. Okay, let me even start from 21. Okay, let me read verse 21 now. "At one time, you were far away from God and were his enemies because of the evil things you did and thought. But now, by means of the physical death of his son, God has made you his friends. And not just by the physical death of his son, but that you believed. But that how am I doing like Bible study teacher? Anyway, so that we believe that Christ died for us, and the way we used to live before just completely erased. It just completely erases, like God just clears it off. And because of that, He presents us to Himself only in His sight, without blemish and free from accusation. So through Christ, His righteousness, His perfection, His holiness are credited to us. So far long the many things that we have done in the past, we're a new creation. Yes, all things have passed away. That my straight air has passed away. Behold, all things have become new. So that's which God has created me to be. That spirit of God in me is what is manifesting. So it's wrong that you see any sign of who I used to be. No, no, my dear, no, my dear, that is all gone. This is, I think this is just more or less like an encouragement to me.